and just raise your hand and I'll unmute you. You'll come to the top of the list. Oh, here you are. Hi, Jason. How's it going?
Yeah, I mean it's fine. So shall we start for that?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. If you're ready, yeah, I'll start the record and introduce you, and we can go into the Rise of Empire
Yeah,
project.
just waiting for a recording and just let me know when we can start for that.
Okay. Is there anyone else we need to unmute on the team, or are we just speaking to you today, Jason?
Yeah, I'm just speaking to me today, and what I'm trying to do is showcase the gameplay to everyone that how you can earn to invest zero in the GameFi. And can actually earn some quite positive passive incomes. So shall we start right now?
Yeah. I'll start the recording and introduce you. Yeah, and we can get going.
Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon to the WorldCoin Talk. Today we have an AMA with Rise of Empire. Here to speak about the project is Jason. Rise of Empire's got a free P2E based on Romance of the Three Kingdoms characters. We can go into that shortly and the NFT series. But yeah, first, Jason, can we go over the core team's background and experience? That'd be great.
Sorry for the experience of the well, I've just explained the project at first, so that most of us is we were gamers. Back like 5 or 10 years ago. And our core members is from the Garena S3 Singapore. So that we are creating a game for everyone else that actually you can entry and play with. Complete zero investments, and you actually earn quite. It's a quite good passive income for everyone. So can I showcase the gameplay to everyone else? So to show them that how to play and earn.
You wanted to share your screen and show people the P2E game demo? That'd be great. Yeah.
Sorry, am I too soft on the audio?
Sorry, what was you saying?
Yeah, am I? The voice is is too soft. For the volume.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it's at, but yeah, the Rise of Empire free P2E game. If we can go into the details on that for investors, how it plays out. It's based on the Romance of Three Kingdoms characters. So, is the gameplay the same as Romance of the Three Kingdoms?
Yeah, the gameplay is as a romance of the three kingdoms. As you can, in the game itself, we integrate a lot of functions. For example, like the PVE or the PvP or the PvP or the national war. Basically, you can own an FT, or you can just um have a generous over the taverns, and you can just entry for the game, and then you can fight for each other for your own nations. So for our game itself, the most important point is of the national war. That's because you can actually participate in one of the camps, and to fight against each other. So the whole storyline is behind the romance of the three kingdoms. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you're also having an NFT series that's linked to the free P2E. What's the number going to be in the cost to mint?
Regarding NFTs, actually, I can showcase to you guys. Am I okay to do the screen share over here?
Be great. Yeah, share your screen and show investors. Yeah,
Yeah.
some of the NFTs. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Just give me a moment for that. Um, so as you can see from the gameplay itself,
Yeah.
yeah, as you can see from the basic part of the whole game is that for those who are at an entry level of zero investments, you can simply, have a general blind box here. So you can just draw generous here. So let's see our luck. So basically, from the draw here, you get a purple class generous. So as you get a generous over here, and then you can actually return it and go for example, for let's say for mining, which is a PvP functions. So we have 12 page of, we have a 10 page of functions over here for the minings, and each page we have 10 mines. So actually you can occupy the mines over here for the levels. So let's say for the 20 to 40 levels, you can just occupy the mines over here, right there, and you can enter the battle. So just for that. So as you can see here, I'm putting up 4 times of the attack speed, and when you conquer a mine over here, for the back to 3, and then when it goes back to the mine over here, and you can see that the diamond over here is increasing. For the past resource I gained here is about 37,500, which can be exchanged to our tokens by 1-to-1 ratio. So you can see from there, is every second there's 6 diamonds over here, and you accumulate.
They're cool, the graphics, yeah, very nice. So it's a strategy type game. You can do P2 player to player battles as well, and clans, is it, type thing?
Yeah, for the PvP, for our let's say for our zero investment entry players, what we can do is over here we have an exchange. So you can see that I have around about 388 3,088,000 of the couple coins over here. We can actually do that in the exchange, and we can actually sell the coins to those players who are in need. So for example, that in the coins over here like the 1,000, and for price of 1,000 coins, for example, I put like a 10 diamonds over here. All right, let's go back to the coins, and then we can see that for 1,000 copper coins, we can exchange for 10 diamonds, and diamond can be exchanged for tokens. That's how the players play and earn with zero investments.
So I have a question. Watching your video, so that players are able to play your game without making any investment. Are there no NFTs required?
Yeah, our NFT only requires as when you are getting our gold generous over there. So anything anything below the gold generous, for example, the purple ones, it's not NFT. So you can see for the barracks over here. Just a second.
And what are some advantages of purchasing one of those gold general NFTs?
For example, if you are getting our gold class generous for the NFT, so the gold class is much more powerful than purple class for sure. So for obtain the gold class general, it requires some kinds of luck, and probably you're gonna purchase it from the NFT market. So you can see all the generals over here. For example, that's the gold generals. All the gold generals will be made into the NFTs.
So how many gold general NFTs? Oh, sorry, Glenn. I don't mean to go for it.
Right, yeah. So it's free to play, Jason, but you need NFT to join the beta phase, is it, at the moment?
Not really, because you can join the game. You can just play the game without the gold class generals. Gold class general is plus point for all those who actually spend some money in the game. So actually you can get some purple generals as well. So as you can see that our gold class generals, we have a 2,000 gold class generals NFT that's available in the taverns. Total volume of that probably is just going to be like 2,000s, and the rest of the NFT will be sold in the FT markets. So that's why we left for the taverns is because we want that for those zero investment. They can accumulate the gold bars over here, and they can actually draw for the taverns itself. So the NFT and the purple generals are different.
There you've got the tournament area, so will there be tournaments for the community and
Yeah. So any other question? Questions about that?
About the tournament area, is that going to be the community having tournaments against each other, and then the leaderboards, the prizes?
Yeah. So basically, what you actually how you start in the game itself actually is, for example, you can level in the battlefield here, and then for most of the zero investment, for example, so you can actually get some couple coins over here, and you can do that in the exchange for some diamonds, which are 1-to-1 ratio with our tokens, so you can actually earn quite a nice amount of money over the time. It's quite a nice passive income for everyone. And for those who wanted to actually invest in the game and to actually earn much more incomes, they can actually to buy our NFTs, or they can invest in topping up the gold bars and to invest in the game and to get out into the ranking, so they can actually get some diamond rewards. So that's that's how everyone plays the game. You can play the game with zero investment, you can play the game with some investment applied. It depends on the users.
And I see also you've got these earned and upgraded during the gameplay as well.
Yeah, so actually what we want to do in the game is for everyone to have a chance to make their profits. Of course, for those players who actually spend some money, they can actually get some ranking rewards. For those who are not spending any money, they can probably getting some passive income. Depends on their luck, obviously.
Do you upgrade the NFTs like armors and weapons and that sort of thing?
Sorry about the NFT.
Can you upgrade your armor and your weapons with NFT purchases as well?
Yeah, we do actually.
Great, yeah. And how does the battle tournaments work? Is it one-on-one, or can you actually have clans where people can come in and fight other clans?
For currently for the tournaments, you can see, for example, I can display to you. For the arena itself, it's basically a one-on-one on a ranking, and the rank. You can get a ranking rewards on a daily basis, and then after that, but then we have the national award for the diamond rewards, of course, and then we have the guild versus guild. But of course, for the time now, it's not open up yet, as everyone can see from here. So for our main diamond rewards, all the rewards came from the national war mine, and of course here on the world boss over here. Yeah, all these are rewards with diamond directly. For the others, we are just doing some in-game rewards that you can buy and sell actually on the exchange.
Right. And then is there kind of character die in the game, or do they have to sort of recharge their energy after battles?
Yeah, we everyone have everyone have their character in the games and energy. Over here you can see from over here that you have like 482 energies. So every day there's a maximum of energy use, so there's a maximum output of rewards like diamonds for that.
Yeah, great. And what's the secret base area? Is that part of the game?
For the part of game, what we have here is, for example, you can start the game with zero investment. That's one thing. Another thing is that we have a mechanism of AI systems that will actually control the price. Control the token price, and of course, at the same time, we have a doomsday safe that we should protect the interests of our gamers. So so let's say if the price of the token drops, but the price of the gamers will increase, so that gamers will still receive the same amount of price. It doesn't matter if the token price is dropping or whatever is increasing.
Great, I see. And is the mine to actually mine for resources to make stuff at the blacksmith shop, or is the mining and staking involved in the game linked with a token as well?
Yeah, our mechanism, basically is about, for the interest of our players. So everything in game is designed for the real players. As for the token holders, probably they can earn some money by, doing trades like bumping or dumping, for example. But however, the interest of our real in-game players, that will be actually real protected over the time, so that we make sure that doesn't matter what will happen. In the future, definitely we don't know about that, but they will actually earn from the game, and our estimated APY for the game is about 500% of the year.
I see there's a world boss there. So I think you can have with all the bosses at certain times in the game.
Yeah.
And what's the black market up there? Is that mining on the market for players?
Sorry?
The black market up there in the top left corner, is that for people to buy weapons and armor on the black market?
Yeah, for example, the black market itself, so we can see that we have some chips, of the generals, or some other upgrading stuffs. So as you can see that, all our items, as long as it's purple, it's kind of rare. So other than the black markets, we have the market itself. There will be, some kind of points you get from different activities. For example, the mall, or you participate in the customs, or you participate in the arena itself, where actually you can exchange for these items. And the point is that all these items you can sell in the exchange itself, which for some real cash, definitely. Everyone does need to make some money in the game fight, right?
Great. And you've got a ranking system there, so do you have like a top 10, top 50 players in the game as well that have done the best?
Yeah, we have the ranking system over here, and we can see that we have a level ranking, we have a combat, we have the arena, we have the win rates, or the generals, and the stars of the generals. So we have all the ranking lists over here, and then the list will be updated on a daily basis, and all the ranking players will receive different kinds of decent rewards from that. And all the items that... Sorry? Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just saying that all the ranking rewards can be sold on the exchange itself for some real cash, because what we wanted to do is that whatever you play in the games that can be sold into real cash, or at least it can be exchanged to some tokens, so that actually players from the game can be benefits from that, and not something that you can never be sold and you can make some loss in the game. Yeah.
You've got premium NFT and traded during gameplay. How do you actually get the premium NFTs, and how do you upgrade in the game?
For example, that our NFT only comes with our gold generous right now, and I mean in the future, definitely only gold generous will be for the NFTs, and we are collaborating with the elements right now for the NFT pre-sales, and so that there's a fixed price for our NFT, and you don't have to actually I mean fight for your chance or your luck for the for example, a lot of FT comes with, like say, commons, rares, or ancients, or whatever. So that I mean all the FT will just be a blind box of opening out or random golden class generous. So that I mean with the collaboration of elements we will be able to put our FT onto the markets before pre-sale. So and the total FT amount is 5,000, which 2,000 will goes into the FT markets and 2,000 will goes into the tavern, and we have 1,000 FT left for, I mean, depends on the situation whether we bump into the for example marketings, or we bumps into the FT market or the tavern itself.
Awesome. So yeah, if we can go into the Rise by a token, the tokenomics breakdown, I think has 13% for the team. I was wondering if that's going to be invested.
I mean, for the team itself, we are holding like 10% of the total tokens, and we are vesting over like 12 months for that. So I mean, if any of the team members they are selling their tokens, I mean 20% of the tokens are going to our Doomsday Safe Box, for example, and for so that but we are not planning to sell any of our team tokens because we are sure that I mean if the games make it big, I mean if we attract a lot of players, so we have our margin of profit in the tax itself. I think that's enough for us.
How does it work with the game? Is there like a built-in? Will that go back to? I think you've got burn mechanism on the rent token. How does a burn mechanics work on the token?
For our token mechanism, I mean it's simple. So for example, we have like a 45% of the token that actually goes inside the rewards pool, and we have like a 20% of the tokens going to the pre-sales, public pre-sales, and we have a 5% of tokens that actually goes into the private sales itself. So I mean most of the token actually we have will go into the rewards pool, and all the money we earn, we have a percentage of that we will actually to do a buyback on the rewards pool itself. So actually, so that's why I was saying that before, that the team is actually making that, let's say, around of 1% of all the funds. I mean just 1% of that on the tax itself, and the rest of the funds are goes into the rewards pool or goes into the safe that actually protects the token price. So we have a mechanism for the token price. So when it drops down to, for example, 30% in 48 hours or 50% in 72 hours, actually we have a mechanism that will actually protect our token price to make sure that we actually protect the interests of our players itself. But however, in the other hand, I mean the interest of the interest of token holder is not protected, because I mean if I just looking at dumps and pumps, so you can earn some money from that, but that's not protected for us. Our priority is our gamers.
Great. And what stage are you at with the Rise of Empire game? Is it like a beta, and what's the sort of timeline for the full rollout of the game and the token launch?
As for the Rise of Empire game, I mean, we are open the beta 2 test, I mean, on the 15th of June. So for the main test of the second beta test is of the national war. I mean, for our first beta, I mean, there's testing bugs. For the second beta, there's testing the national war, and we still have a third beta that will test our DF. So after that, we will actually go pre-sale and go online.
Right, and at what stage are we at? That's getting hold of it as private sale.
We are at a stage. Yeah, we are at the stage of going into beta 2 test. I mean, we should going to start on the 15th. I mean, that's like less than 3 days to go.
And then you've got the pre-sale. Whereabouts is the place?
Our pre-sale will be done at the end of the June. I mean, we have to finish with our DF and everything else, and all the bugs in the game. Then we launch our DFs. Of course, and our audit with certificates and KYC as well, so that we will make sure that we have everything done before we actually do a pre-sale of tokens.
Awesome, Jason. And how does the buy and sell tax work for the Rise of Empire token?
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm just asking about the buy and sell tax on the token.
Yeah. For the buy and sell tax for the normal buy and sell tax is 6 for the buying and 6 for the selling. And our AI system will adjust the buy and sell tax. You can read from our deck, our white paper. So if ever the price dip about 10%, the sell and the buy tax will be adjusted automatically by the AI system. However, if the if the token price is within 10% of, let's say, 72 hours, the AI system will then make sure that buy and sell tax is 6%. And within the 6%, 20% of that goes into the liquidity, and the rest will goes into the buyback of the reward system, and left with about less than 10% will goes into the to our salary.
See, have you had a smart contract audit or launch on the token, like a CertiK audit or?
Yeah, our contract is under testing right now together with our system, and our contract will be available to the public in about 48 hours. That everyone they can check over the contract. It's open and it's clean. And the AI system will work just fine for that.
Okay, great. And what's the marketing plans leading up to launch after you launch the Rise of Empire game and token?
Sorry?
Marketing plans for Rise of Empire for the game and the token after it's launched?
After the launch, we will be connected with a lot of communities, because let's say even before we launch, now is our first round of marketing plans. But after 20th of June, we will launch our second round of marketing plans. For example, for the English communities, that's like random and travelers. And for Chinese communities, we have another 2 top communities for the marketing. So for our marketing strategy, so we will have like some big KOLs, for example, really for the really big KOLs that everyone knows, and on the second hand, we have the communities involved with us, and some other community, for example, like some GameFi guilds over there, as everyone knows. Some top GameFi guilds, we will interact with them, and we will try them to come to play our games, and to attract some members from there as well.
Okay, great. So is most of the team based in China or Asia, and you're expanding out into Europe and North America with the game and the token?
Currently, I mean, all members is based in Singapore, and that most of the member is coming out from Garena S3. I mean, if anyone of your guys knows, I mean, for example, like League of Legends, I mean, this kind of games, everything else is from the Garena platform. I mean, most of our moderators and our admins and our members of the teams is coming out from the Garena.
Okay, great. Right, let's open it up to the rest of the team. If anyone's got a question for Jason at Rise of Empire, go ahead.
Yeah, hey Glenn, I was listening in, and I'm curious. When can we play the game? When will it be available? Can we play a beta or something yet, or do we have to wait for the official launch?
Yeah, I mean, you can actually play the game right now. I mean, the game right now is already fully functionable, and we are opening our beta to test on the 15th of June. So you can actually join our Telegram channels, and you can actually take part in the beta too.
Okay, and for the NFTs, will that the limited NFTs will that be available on launch or?
We have NFT pre-sale with elements on around 20 to 23rd of June. So that's only about 100 NFT sold at about 20% of discounts. So I mean, rest of the NFT will be sold. I mean, after the project is online. So there's about total of 5,000, but only 2,000 of NFT will be sold on the NFT market. The rest will be, I mean, for the players to, I mean, to have to join the cover.
I understand. And will it be like a loot box? If I buy an NFT, it's gonna be a random NFT, or can I choose to just pay more and get like a legendary one or something like that?
For the class of NFT, because all our NFT is just Gold General, I mean, that's like the top class. So whatever you buy is a random generous from the top class of the Gold Generous.
Okay, so it's gonna be random, but you will have a marketplace where people can trade sort of the NFTs. So if I want to buy one that I need, can I use your marketplace to get it?
Yeah. We will have a partnership with the elements. I mean, that will be announced in about 1 week's time. So all the pre-sales and launch pad of the NFT will be on that.
Okay, I understand. I get it. And there was some you were showing us earlier that there's gonna be a sort of a limit to how much you can play every day because you need more energy. Can I buy more energy if I want to, or is there a way to get energy back faster or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, you can actually get energy back faster by actually topping up in the game itself. So actually you swap your tokens into diamonds and you top up diamonds to the gold bars and increase in your VIP levels that you can actually exchange for more energy so on a daily basis.
Okay, cool. So with what I'm earning in the game, I can actually buy more energy so I can play more. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have to actually, if let's say you are invest, I mean you are have zero investment in the game. You make some profit and invest your profit into the games into the VIP systems, and you can actually purchase more energy on a daily basis.
All right. Yeah, it sounds cool. Sounds cool. It looks interesting with the tournament and everything. And yeah, and will people be able to create their own like tools and better armor and things like this to sell on the marketplace as well, or will that only be with more tokens and through the VIP levels?
Actually, I mean for our exchange over there, I mean you can actually exchange everything freely on the exchange for the diamonds here. As you can see, for example, I have 92,000 diamonds over here. I mean, you can sell anything over here as long as someone else buys it. So you can exchange for diamonds. So everything in the game is tradable.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it sounds cool. Yeah, it looks interesting.
Thank you for your questions, Acti. Let's move on to investor questions. Let's see, Syed, you had a question for Jason here at Rise of Empire. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, so I was going through your white paper, and it's mentioned that to participate in the national war, user will need 500 golden bars as a registration fee, and they can choose any country they want to join, and total 912 players can participate in the national war. So I was thinking that will the registration be on the first come first serve basis? How will that work?
For national world, I mean, for currently, I mean, for the current version of the game, I mean, it can contain over thousands of players. It will be coming on a first comes first serve. I mean, if we see that, the sports is not enough, we can increase that any times. So I mean, for the sports of the nation world, you don't have to worry about that. And our nation world is on a daily basis, every day on the same times. Our nation world will start.
Okay, got it. And I was also wondering that will it be necessary to have the total 912 players for the national war, or it can or the national war can also start if the players are less in number than this total number?
Yes, we have a mechanism for the national war is that the national war for the registration part that will be last for that hour. So whoever registration for that hour, for example, you can host for thousands of players right now. For example, there's 200 players currently, but once the time is up, the national will be start automatically, and you can participate in that.
Okay. Okay, so I was also wondering that which servers will you be using for your game, and how much maximum traffic will the service be able to handle?
Sorry.
Yeah, I can repeat my question. I was wondering that which servers will you be using for your game, and how much maximum traffic will these servers be able to handle?
Because for the game itself, I mean, we have individual servers for that. I mean, currently our servers here are currently about over 30,000 of players at once. So, I mean, server wise, I mean, you don't have to worry about that. And we will increase our servers, I mean, once we have reached the limit. I mean, that's like, you can do that, I mean, in like 5 minutes.
Okay, got it. That's really great. Okay, so I also want to know that the final version of the Rise of the Empire, will it be a web browser based game, or do users have to download it? And will it also be available on the Google Play Store and iOS Store in future?
We are doing for the iOS App Store and the Google Play at the moment, and after that we've done that. I mean, you can actually play the game from the web version or from the Google Play or from the App Store. I mean, that's totally fine. So, but currently we have rezoned the web version of that. But within a month after we launch, we will have the iOS App Store and the Google Play as well.
Okay, got it. So one more final question. So I was going through a white paper and I read also about your battle arena game. Top ranking players can battle against each other. So I was wondering that how will players be matched against each other for the battles? Will they be auto matched, and how much points will the players be getting for winning the matches in the battle arena?
All right, for that, I can show you an example of that. I mean, it comes to a tournament and arena, right? So let's say for the ranking parts, I mean, you can see for the that. I mean, this is for the closed beta phase one. So, for example, let's say we just fighting anyone else that we can't win over here. So anyone, for example, anyone we can win over here. So you can actually enter the battle itself. So basically, what they will do for the enemy is that's automatic, definitely, because they can't be online or anytime. So that depends on you. And actually, if you win in the arena itself, I mean, for the ranking rewards, I mean, that will be included with some diamonds and in-game rewards. For diamonds, as I said earlier, they can be exchanged for token with like 1-to-1 ratio.
Okay, got it, got it. Thank you for explaining that, and also thank you for the video tutorial. Thank you so much. Over to you, Glenn.
Okay, let's move on to, thank you for the questions, Syed. Aisha, let's see, you had a question for Jason at Rise of Empire. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Okay, on your white paper, it's mentioned about secret base in the PvE mode, which provides a large number of totems to give players to upgrade their totems. I was wondering that how will players be able to find secret bases?
All right, as you can see from the screen share I'm doing here, you can see on the top right hand corners over here, you can see a secret base. I mean, secret base is just named for one of the game modes in the game. So over here, I can actually fight for the secret base, and you can obtain the rewards after you defeat the enemies. So for example, there, I mean, for the rewards I didn't receive, I mean, there's like 40,000 of copper coins.
Okay, got it. And what will be the use of these totems in the game?
For there's a simple ways to say that. I mean, for all the copper coins in the game, I mean, you can actually, for the gamers, you can sell in the exchange like what I did just now. I mean, sell the copper coins at a price of you wish over there. So I mean, for the others rewards, for example, like totems or every other thing else, you can actually enhance your generals over here. Let me show you that. So there's a totems. I mean, you can enhance the totems over here to increase the power of your troops, and then you probably can make some good rankings in the mining national war or the war boss that probably can receive some diamonds or war exchange for the tokens.
Understood. Okay, I've also read about national war that each country will initially have 22 cities and each city can station 12 players. I want to know that how many total countries will be there?
How many what? Sorry.
How many total countries?
For the total country, there's only three countries. Is because it's based on the history of the ancient China that the Battle of Three Kingdoms, obviously. So there's only three countries over there. So you can experience that in the our beta test 2 phase. There's only three countries, and in the end, only one country wins.
Okay, got it. And I have read that in an enemy city battle, the losing team will be randomly resurrected to their own city and recover 50% of their blood. I was wondering that will the losing team be able to participate in the war again after getting resurrected?
Yes, the losing team will be able to participate in the national war. I mean, as long as the war is not over. I mean, the war is over is under two circumstances. One of the circumstances is that the time is up for the national war. Another one is the one nation. I mean, one country dominate the other two. I mean, that's when the war is over.
Okay, that's really amazing. Thank you. Thank you for answering all my questions.
Yep, thanks. Welcome.
Thank you for the questions, Aisha. Let's move to West Indies. You had a question for Jason at Rise of Empire. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks.
Out there, West.
Here's my here's my first question. Um, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, all right. So the first question is that for your diamond recharge, will you be using the RAM tokens to make purchases, or would you also be using stable coins?
For the diamond recharge, we'll be using the RAM token. I mean, if you actually read through our deck, we have a lot of ways to protect the price of our tokens to make sure that it's constantly increasing so that the sword with the diamonds will be just with the RAM token.
All right, all right. Okay. So now when you say this diamond recharge, um, are the recharge diamonds different from the diamonds that are gotten through in-game purchases?
Sorry?
We are talking
Sorry,
about
can
the
you repeat?
diamond recharge. I saw
Yeah,
on your white paper that diamonds can be gotten through in-game purchases. Are the diamonds
yeah,
that are gotten through these in-game purchases different from the diamonds that will be getting on the game?
yeah. And then?
Yeah, did you hear my question?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the diamonds, right?
Yes. Now I'm asking, I saw on the white paper that you actually be getting diamonds. Let me get to the white paper. Okay, you'll be getting diamonds during the gameplay. And I also saw
Yes.
that you can actually get diamonds when you make purchases. Are these two diamonds the same or are they different?
Same. It's the same. For example, that you get diamonds in the game. For example, let me show you on the mine itself. So obviously, I just occupy a mine over here on a level 20 to 40 that are completed by, and the resource here is from the last mine that I occupy. For example, I receive 37,000 of diamonds. So I just click receive here, and when the diamonds will go into the exchange on the diamonds over here, and all these diamonds can be exchanged for our tokens.
Oh, all right, cool. Here's my next question. Um, what kind of in-game activities can make the gold can players use to get gold bars? And can the gold bars be converted into diamonds or copper, depending on what I want to upgrade?
Okay, for example, that actually you participate in the battlefield over there, over here on the battlefields here right there, the normal and the elites, or you participate in the tournament for the arena, increasing your ranking, they can actually get a gold bars. And for gold bars exchange for diamonds, for example, there's two ways for that. You can actually just exchange your gold bars for diamonds. I mean, for the couple coins over here, they just click use. So as you can see, there's a percentage of the critical hits over there. I mean, there's a three times of that. I mean, you can actually 10 times of that and get a couple coins. Or another way for that, you can actually in the exchange and buy for the gold. I mean, buy for the couple coins over here.
Oh, all right, cool, cool. Here's my next question. Now, I think Aisha touched the question, but here is this follow-up question on that. I saw on your white paper that among them, PvE is mainly for the upgrading and strengthening of player troops, and
Yes.
PvP and PvB is on the other hand are mainly for the players ranking, rewards, and upgrading and strengthening. So when you use this term mainly, does this mean that the PvE is exclusively for upgrading the player troops, and then the other modes are exclusively for strengthening and upgrading ranking rewards?
All right, let me explain that to you for the PVE because many you get some copper coins and some upgrading props, for example. So let's see, just set the generals over here. As you can see that the level of that, I mean, if you do a auto upgrades, I mean, they will upgrade to your general level and which consumes couple coins over there. So for PVE, I mean, it's either you strengthen your troops or you can sell whatever you get in PVE in the exchange. I mean that depends on how you play the game, you know. And if let's say you are spending some money to topping up in the games for the PvP, for example, like mining itself, so you can see that for 20 to 40 level, we have 10 pages of that. Each pages have like a 12 mines. So you can actually calculate total amount of mines and when the players increase, I mean, in order to get the mines over there, I mean, you have to enhance and strengthen your troops in order to stay here. If not, anyone else can fight for that. For example, I can simply fight other people with the mines over here, but obviously I can't win them because I mean I mean, in the beta, I mean, their troops are much stronger than mine. So, I mean, that's when you strengthen your generals or whatever. So, I mean, I win for the battles, and you goes back to the mine, as you can see that actually I'm occupying the mine. So, yeah.
Oh, I think I get it now. I think I get it now. I understand. Thank you very much. Here's my
Yeah.
next question. A total of 5,000 NFTs will be generated. That was what I read on your white paper, and you just
Yes.
updated your white paper about 5 days ago. According to that white paper, how many are currently in circulating supply right now?
For the 5,000 of the gold class generals NFT, 2,000 of that will goes into the NFT market for sale, and 2,000 of that will goes back into the tavern here, which means that you only can get 2,000 in the tavern, and we have 1,000 left that we will see. I mean, depends on the situation. Some of that for the I mean rewards for our contest and everything, and some of that will goes into the tavern or the NFT market. Depends on the situation.
Oh, okay, I get it now. All
Yeah.
right.
So
Here's
basically,
my next.
yeah. I mean, so basically, just 2,000 FT for sale for the whole time, and that's all.
Oh, just 2,000 NFTs, right?
Yes, well, because we wanted to, I mean, to reserve some gold card generously in the tavern because there are players who are going to zero, I mean, $0 into the games, and they can I mean, they can get some gold bars, accumulate some gold bars throughout our contest and events. Probably they can get some lucky draws in the tavern, and they can get some gold card generous as well, and they can make some nice money, right?
Yeah.
So everyone got a chance. That's our point.
All right, cool. Here's my next question. Now, you said that someone could actually make adjustments during the to assist the weaknesses of the generals, and I also saw you can actually adjust the direction as well as towards backward and forwards direction. Now, can these adjustments be made while the game is running, or we have to wait during our turn before making these adjustments?
All right, let me show you guys about that. For example, let's say I'm entering a battlefield over here with elite. So let's say Act 4 here. So for example, first I can change my lineup over here with different types of lineup. You can see that it's like an increase in infantry health and career attack powers or infantry attack power gunners. So choose the right lineup for yourself first. All right, after choosing that, I mean here over here you can see that you can depends on the enemy's formations. So you can actually do like you can attack. I mean you can suppress the attack from the right or suppress the attack from the left, and then you eventually you enter the battle. I mean that's how it goes.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm kind of really interested in this game now. Here's my final question. On your white paper, I also saw that if a gold general is upgraded 5 to 7 stars, it is equivalent to burn 2 NFTs to generate a new NFT. Now, can you explain this clearly? And I'm asking because does this mean that these 2 NFTs will be generated after I upgrade the general within these 5 to 7 required stars?
All right, I can explain that. As you can see that from the generals page, you can see that there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total of 7 stars over there. And once you start with the fifth star over there, if you want to upgrade, you have to consume the same generals. So for the NFT, for example, there's like a total of 5,000 FT in totals. So I mean, for the fifth star, you requires one. I mean, you requires one NFT. I mean, the same kind of general. For the six star, it requires two, and for the seven star, it requires four. So actually, what it does is that it burns, for example, for the fifth star, it burns two NFT into one NFT. So eventually, I mean, the total amount of NFTs will, I mean, drop below 2,000.
All right, that'll be all from my end. You answered all my questions patiently and with very much detail. I really wish your project stays bullish and stays moonward. Thank you very much. Over to you, Glenn.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for the questions, Western Beast. Let's move on. We'll take one more question. I think Jabanga, you had a question for Jason at Rise of Empire. Go ahead.
Hey, brother. Yeah, thanks for this grateful opportunity. I'm really grateful. I think this project is actually a very great one, which I'm actually bullish about. I actually have just two questions for this team. Now, my very first question is, I don't know if you would design your NFT in such a way that as owner of the NFT, probably I'm not interested in playing the game, or I don't have time to play the game. Can I lend someone, probably a friend or someone from the community, to play the game? And I will lend someone, I will lend the person my NFT so that we'll be getting a passive income while the person is playing the game. I don't know if you have an algorithm that works in this manner, which will actually help people in getting money passively, aside from staking and all those stuff like that.
Yes, we actually have an NFT ranking system that's specially made for the all of gold class generals. So you can actually rank your NFT to the others because I can understand that you don't have much time with the games. However, I mean for things like boss on mine, especially national war, I mean there's some big shots definitely need some good NFTs, I mean gold generals for them to actually win the war. So we have a renting system. Actually, you can rent your generals out on a price that I mean you actually design yourself. So I mean to create a passive income for those I mean have NFT but doesn't have much time for the game.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. I think that's a great concept. Then the last but not the least of my question, a project, a platform like this, education is very, very important. Then how do you plan to educate members of the community on how to go about the game? Are you planning towards having a video tutorial or short video tutorial for them to actually know how to go about it, how to attain the next level and other features of this project with little video or stuff like that? I don't know if you're having plans like this.
Before we start our pre-sale, I mean our private pre-sale, we will have videos that's made for like a over 16 language for the worldwide players to understand. I mean the most basic part of how can you make some money in the game. So I mean for the upgrading version that how you can make earn more in the game, I mean that depends on yourself. Yeah, you have to explore the game. But we will make a basic video over 16 language that I mean you can understand the basic of the game and how you can make a passive incomes on a daily basis on playing the game. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That is awesome. Stuff like that will actually help people that join early and that join lately to actually know how to go about the game and stuff like that, and how interested in the game. So I think that's an amazing one. Thanks for this opportunity, brother. And to this project, I wish you very, very best of luck. It's actually a great one. Thanks for this
Yeah,
opportunity once
thanks.
again.
Thank you for the questions from investors tonight. It's been great speaking to Jason from Rise of Empire. The game looks super cool and it's ready to go for launch. So yeah, head over there and then maybe try out the game if you want to try that out. We always say for Whalecoin Talk AMAs are for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice. Do your own research. Check out their website, white paper, and the community socials. The official socials are in our main chat, so we can get you safely over there if you want to check out the Telegram, Discord, or the website and white paper. Thank you very much for coming today, Jason. It's been great speaking to you.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll finish the recording and send over a copy for you to share with your community. I'll send that into our main chat for our investors to listen back to. And yeah, take care.
Yeah, it's okay.